we're going to do a recap on tonight's match. We'll do that with our coach Francesco Farioli, and we'll do it totally in English. So please ask your questions in English. We're going to start. Christian?
Mr. Farioli, congratulations on the win. How do you rate the performance of the team tonight?
Positive one for sure, especially after the difficult start. After a couple of minutes we were already 1-0 down in the first moment that they came out, and I think the reaction was positive. We kept playing, we managed to get the score quite fast, and this was very important according to the dynamic and the scenario that we were going to face. And after, I think honestly the game, it was quite in control. We had many chances, we conceded very few. Of course there is a bit of regret because the score could be even bigger and we could somehow close the chapter already tonight, but the reality that with 3 goals of course is quite a good advantage, but for sure they will come next week to come without anything to lose, and they will throw everything on the pitch since the first minute, so we need to be ready to face already the next match.
Steven Berghuis, for the first time, was a starter in midfield. How instrumental do you think he was tonight?
It was important for many things because at the end he delivered the first assist, he created many good moments in the middle, he managed quite well to find the free space, to connect with the players in front, to connect with the players in the middle of the pitch, and of course as well he did for me a fantastic game in terms of attention, also defensively. In the pressure we recovered many balls, thanks to the work of both the offensive midfielder Kenneth and Steven, and the other part that I'm really happy that finally played 90 minutes. As you know, it was something that for us was very important to build a condition that could lead him to have the full exposure of the game. So many positive things, but more than anything for me, what Steven is doing for the team is remarkable, because more than the words is what he's doing with his example.
His creativity is enormous. I think in the last 2 games he was part of about 2/3 of all goal occasions of Ajax. Is Ajax maybe almost too much dependent on him for creativity? There's an Ajax with Berghuis and an Ajax without.
All the teams in the world, they depend from players with quality, especially in a certain scenario of game when the team are a bit closer, because you need to have players that they smell the momentum, that they find the momentum, that they are able to force some situation, that they see line of passes that other players they don't see. So it's normal that Steven is one of these players that can change the face of the game in any moment.
Yesterday in the press conference you talked about defending the set plays, another goal of the opponent in a set play. You were talking about focus, doing everything you can to prevent the goal. Did that happen today?
Yeah, we were half second late in the jumping outside, and in the first moment they arrive and they score. And this is football. Last season we conceded 1 goal in our first match, and we conceded 1 goal in set pieces in the first match and in the last match of the season, and nothing in between. Because at the end, as I said, the set pieces especially are something that require a lot of attention, of course, organization, and honestly, the goal that they score deserve a big credit because the organization was very good, the timing and the execution was perfect, and of course we need to take a bit of blame for our side because we were not exactly connected as we should. After enough time we decided to change a bit the structure in order to compensate immediately the superiority that they had in the side of the ball, and as I said, so another lesson to learn. Thank you.
Sir.
Hello, Coach.
Hello.
I would like to ask you if the score and how the game looked like. Was Ajax so good tonight, or Jagiellonia weaker than you thought?
No, for me, as we came here and we prepared the game with a lot of respect and with a lot of attention, because as I said yesterday, you are not champion of the league by case, never. It cannot be like this. And for me, tonight we face one opponent that also changed something in the way of defending. They start in the first 3-4 minutes of the game almost defending with a line of 5. 5, they start to press with the diamond in the middle, so they prepare and they adjust the game to try to create a lot of trouble for us. I think our players, they manage quite well to find the superiority, to find the possibility to connect with the free player and to have the progression in front, but as I said, it's not about who is better than the others. Is about a football game that demands the capacity to stay in the momentum. The start of the game was very tough for all of us, and minutes by minutes I think we get the control of the game and we managed somehow to finish with a good score. And in the other side, you saw in the last 3-4 minutes that we decrease a bit of the attention and we concede a couple of shots that could cost us the second goal. Thank you.
Good evening, coach. Przemysław Chlebicki, TVP Sport. I have one short question to you. I would like to ask you, did any player of Jagiellonia Białystok today impress you?
More than one, honestly, because especially in the game preparation this morning, we review individually, like one by one, the players, and we share with our players the individual clips of the opponent. And for me, there are 4 or 5 players that honestly are impressive. I will not say which one, but there are 4 or 5 players that for me are really good.
Farioli, congratulations. Chuba Akpom took a while to score his first goal for you. Today he got 3. How would you rate his performance?
The performances of Chuba for me since the beginning are quite positive. As I said many times, Chuba is giving us a lot in all the phases of the game. As you know, in the last 3-4 matches he was a bit unlucky in the finishing part. He had a couple of big chances that didn't go in for a few centimeters, and this sometimes can change a lot our perception about the collective performance and also about the individual performance, and I'm really happy because, as I said, he's a player that is giving us a lot since the beginning of the season. He's working really hard. The commitment is fantastic, and honestly I think he really deserves to score these 3 goals, and I wish for him to score even more.
When he went out, you got another penalty. There was a little bit of discussion about who was going to take it. Did you play a role in it?
No, there was no discussion. My idea was to ask to kick with Steven the penalty, so to make the substitution to make him kick the penalty, but the referee didn't allow us to make the substitution, and after the players just follow the the numbers that we have. Mika was the first kicker in penalties, so he took the ball. Unfortunately missed, but everything went according to the plan. Just we were unlucky that we couldn't make the substitution.
Mika was asking for the ball in the first penalty as well. I thought, was he above Ekpom in the order?
Mika was the first one, but I think it was a decision in between them to make Chuba kick the last one, and again it's something that I think the team is good for the striker to put the ball inside of the net.
You seem to be pretty happy, but I'm gonna ask one question about something that doesn't make you too happy, maybe the set pieces.
Yeah.
You spend so many time on it, and then it happens 2 times in a row. You can see the goal from it. Does that make you very upset?
No, of course, because it's something that we dedicate a lot of attention in the video, in the training on the pitch. As I said, we need to give the credit to the opponent because they played a very well structured set pieces in terms of planification, but as well also in the execution. Everything was fantastic, the timing, so sometimes it's difficult to arrive. We concede, for me, we were late half second in the jumping and the shifting to compensate their superiority in the side. They enter and they punish us. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Farioli. Is it true that you now conceded more goals from set pieces with Ajax than with Nice?
The same. Last season 2 goals on set pieces, and we are already on 2. So now we have to work a lot not to concede till the end of the season.
But how come?
As I said, it happened that sometimes if you are not awake or not ready and you find one team that is very well organized, it can happen to pay the price.
We're in the last 10 days of the transfer period now. What do you wish for?
But for me, as I said since the beginning of the season, there are two options or two decisions that I can take. One is to get mad with the market, but my experience, in the few years that I'm manager coach, is that the market is something that is not in my hands, or let's say it's not something that you can control. Is something where you are more like observator. You can bring ideas, you can have ideas, you can share ideas, but at the end there are so many factors that are determining the evolution of the market. And my decision since some years ago, it was just to be focused with the players that are with us. Of course, there is something that the club is totally aware of what we need and where we need to improve, because this is something that we discussed before me to come in. So it's something that is there. But after, as you know, the situation of Ajax is not the ideal one in terms of financial resources. So there is a new reality that we have to face. And in the other side, as I said, let me congratulate with the players that are here since the beginning, because all of them, even with a lot of noise around, they are super focused in what we are doing, and they are giving a lot to all of us.
But you said you have your ideas. There must be a certain position where you want probably more quality.
Or maybe different qualities.
Yeah, different qualities. Can you say which position?
Yeah, you want to go a bit deeper. These again are things that are, in my opinion, confidential, and things that need to stay inside, in between discussion with the directors. So these are the
so we'll find out in the next 10 days.
Yeah, sure, I have no doubts.
Johan, you can hand over your mic to the person left of you.
I have one more question to you, coach. I would like to ask you about Jan Faberski, who was registered to European
Yes.
Cups. I would like to ask you, what is your opinion about this player? What do you think about him? We in Poland are talking that he's a great player.
He's definitely a good player. He's a player that needs to take, of course, some steps. At the moment, he's an important player. He's an asset for young Ajax. That is our second team. I have the opportunity to follow him during the training session, to follow his matches quite close. So I'm sure that he's going to be a player that quite soon he will get his opportunity in the first team. As you saw today, we had quite young players in the bench. We have a 2008 on the bench, so the opportunity will come. Now it's up to him to keep working with the same mentality and the same attitude that he's showing in these days.